MidSeasonPredictions.com.
Frankie, what's your rest of the season prediction? Your two rest of the season predictions.
Okay, so the Dolphins are going to make not only the playoffs, but they're going to make the divisional round. That defense is really good.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I agree.
Tua is. We've only seen a little bit, but I mean, he's playing. They haven't really let him unleash. They haven't had to. They haven't been down in a game. They controlled it with the running. He's got a good arm. He can do it with his legs too. I think the Dolphins are going to make it to the second round of the divisional round of the playoffs. However you want to tournament. 7 teams get in this year, so it's a little different. And then I think we're going to go. So yeah, this one I wasn't totally sure on because I read it earlier and I was like, I don't know if I could do another one. But I think I'm going to follow up to my last point about the MVP. I think Dalvin Cook going to win the MVP. I think if they have a winning record at the end of the year and he gets close to like 2,000 yards, I could see him because I mean that's a run heavy offense and the dude can get yards by a minute. I mean we've seen he ran through Packers, everyone put 200 yards on him.
Yeah.
So I think Dalvin Cook's going to win MVP. That's my bold prediction right there.
Okay, I'm gonna give you my two. My first is the New York Football Jets will beat the Pittsburgh Steelers.
You just want that. He just wants that for bragging rights.
It happens every year. It happens every single year. That last place or second last place team beats that number one team, and it just sets the whole tone for their season. Look at the Browns when they beat the Chargers. I mean, they weren't number one. They were top 5 in the NFL at that time, but
still hear Celine Dion.
It's definitely going. I think it's definitely going to happen. They're gonna think down on the Jets. So, Joe Flacco gonna launch it to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Joe Flacco for Heisman.
If he was in Delaware.
My second prediction. All right, this is big time bias, but I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Our Cleveland Browns will finish the rest of the season and go 12-4.
So you saying we're gonna win out?
We're
6-3.
6-3. I think we're gonna lose. I think we're gonna lose to the Ravens. I think so. But I think the Steelers are gonna give us that win pretty much.
You think they're gonna be undefeated borderline?
Yeah, I think it could happen. It definitely could happen with that run game, and if they improve, if they fucking drop Zendejo, we can maybe plug another player in there.
Bro, one man is not going to make this team amazing. Come on now.
But listen, I think with the Myles Garrett, and I think everybody's starting to get healthy again. I think, and with that running game, I think we have a chance with our schedule. I mean, we was talking about it earlier. The schedule don't mean anything really because this is the NFL. But going against teams that's like that don't got nothing to play for the rest of the season, I think we can at least try to get it done. I mean, everybody has a target on their back the rest of this season. I mean, we're doing it for OBJ. So I think he gonna help us catch up to the Steelers.
I'm going to follow up that point to this. If you look at the rest of our schedule, we only have 3 tough games. Tennessee, Baltimore, Pittsburgh. And Pittsburgh week 17. I think Tennessee's beatable. I think the Ravens, are going to be beatable only because we are later in the season, whereas week 1 we had nothing to prepare ourselves for. I mean, we came out the gate basically. And you come out and you're just like, wow, you get smacked in the face 38-6. That's it, rip. Other than that, I mean, we play the Eagles, the Jaguars, and then the Jets and the Giants are also in there.
Mm-hmm.
Those are beatable
teams. And they trying to, and Jets and Giants, I don't think they're gonna do too much. They already trash, but they're trying to secure that number 1 spot in the draft.
I mean, they're gonna play down. I mean, but I feel like I can't. If we give the Jets their first fucking win, we're gonna have some issues.
Can you imagine that?
Baker gotta go.
Man, Elijah, do you think that's plausible? You think that could happen? 12-4?
I think it could happen. I don't think it will. Just being honest, but I think it happen. Looking at our schedule, what's left?
It's definitely
gonna be it's gonna take some tough games.
Yeah,
winning some tough games, but yeah, it can happen. I don't see a
Okay.
team on that's left on the schedule, and I look at them and I'm like, we can't beat them.
Right. Right.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that. I'm still gonna stay with my 12-4. I was gonna say 13-3, but given the
Stop.
Browns, I think they gonna drop
They'd have to
one.
win out. They'd have to win out. Stop.
All right, so I'm gonna give
It's
you this.
Cleveland
The
Browns.
first. This is the first hard question of the day. I believe. Who wins the
Okay.
NFC East?
Oh man. I honestly think the Eagles are going to win it with 6 wins.
Whew, can you imagine that? They need to
after
take
they
that
after
off.
the after they lose this weekend, of course. But bias. But no, I think the Eagles are sadly the most complete worst team out of that division because Wentz is still not a terror. I mean, Wentz is not what he was a couple years ago before he tore his ACL when you had MVP like season going. But he's not awful either. I mean, he makes mistakes. He's like a 6'5" version of Baker. He reminds me of. He forces
Yeah,
a lot of dumb things, and he just kind of does his thing. I mean,
he.
Baker hasn't been that way lately, but they don't run the ball enough. Miles Sanders is a damn good running back.
Yeah,
So is
he
Boston
is.
Scott. I think they need to run the ball a little bit more and take it out of his hands. I mean, but he's shown like the Eagles. They played Baltimore tough. They played Pittsburgh tough. I mean, they're not a bad team. I mean, they got Darius Slay on defense as a corner. He's a lockdown corner. I mean, they still got Fletcher Cox, still got Brandon Graham. Their linebackers are trash. But I mean, I really think that the Eagles are going to come out of that division at least 7 wins. I would say at most, and that's generous.
I like that pick, but I'm gonna go with who I think Carson Wentz reminds me of when he was with the Chiefs. I'm gonna go with the Washington football team. I think they're gonna take that division defensively. They're mid pack towards the top. I think Alex Smith is just getting started. I think he can have a decent rest of the season with scary Terry McLaurin. I think their running backs are. Can you imagine? You seen Gibson and McKissick Sunday? They look good.
Mm-hmm.
Their running game is good. Their offensive line has been doing okay this year, and I think they're good enough to win the NFC East. Probably like the Eagles, like you said, with 6-7 wins, but I think they're going to come out that division.
No way in that division is anyone finishing 8-8.
Oh,
That is a bad division.
terrible.
Yeah.
Elijah, what you think?
That division sucks. That's what I think. But yeah,
You are not wrong.
I think based on remaining schedule and quarterback play, I think you got to go with the Eagles. Again, I think 6 games is going to be enough to win that division. I think it's going to be enough to win that division. So
we're gonna have to come up with something about that because that can't happen. You can't award that over a team that's. Can you imagine a 10-6 team missing out the playoffs over?
No. Imagine having the Eagles host a playoff game at 6-10.
Right,
Bro.
man, that is terrible.
That is a freaking joke. It's a freaking joke, bro.
We're gonna have to do something about that. But last question: who gets the last 2 wild card spots in the AFC, and then the last 2 in the NFC? Elijah, I'm gonna let you start this one out this time.
Well, for the AFC, I think I want to say Baltimore. I think Baltimore will get one, and honestly, I think we can get one. I honestly believe we can get one. If we can beat Baltimore, I think we can give ourselves a legit. You know what I'm saying? And then we can get one because then the tiebreaker and all of that shit that you got to work out. But I think we can get a wild card spot. I think it's very plausible. But I can also see Miami squeezing up there.
Mm-hmm.
Miami, man, they are sneaky good.
They're very slept on.
Yeah, if you sleep on them, they can get a win on you.
Yeah, that's true.
NFC,
Frankie.
I don't really know who's.
Oh, he's got to do the NFC,
Yeah, I don't even know who. You know what I'm saying? But
nobody from the NFC East, I'm pretty sure.
yeah.
Hell no. They're gonna get the first pick.
Yeah, but I don't know who's like. I know all the division winners, but I don't know who's in the hunt for all that.
I think it's the Rams.
I'll say you could pick like a team from the NFC West, and I wouldn't argue with you.
Yeah.
Probably Arizona or the Rams definitely would be a
Yeah,
choice
that's
because I
true.
think they're all
That's
tied. The
Yeah, I
Bears.
think I certainly think the Rams can get a spot
Oh yeah.
for sure. I certainly think the Rams can get a spot. They always have a chance.
Yeah. That whole NFC East, I think, is gonna squeeze into there to them playoffs.
You mean West? I hope you mean West.
I mean West.
I hope
West,
he wins.
West,
Okay.
West.
We about to throw hands. This dude said
Man.
the whole NFC East. Yeah, we could throw that whole division away. That'd be great.
Yeah, they
Just
won't
start a. We need the Big Ten because that'd be better watching.
So you said the Rams and who else you think?
Well, if the Cardinals haven't won the aren't division winners, then definitely them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and they could win some playoff games.
Oh yeah.
They get up in there. They could win.
If they don't win the division and they're a wild card team, I would not want to see them. That
At
team
all.
is a problem. That's a problem. I'd rather see the Rams and with their top defense than I would with the Cardinals in that offense. Murray can. I mean, dude, you saw what he did with Hopkins on Sunday. Just chucked it up there. Like that was some backyard football. Fuck it, he's down there. I'm gonna throw it.
To throw it across your body like that, and it to be damn near perfect,
dude. Yeah,
man. And the thing with that team though, like everybody's not looking, but that old man Patrick Peterson is doing work on them young receivers. I mean,
he shut down DK, right?
He's been doing that for years.
The first game
he's been doing it for years.
Peterson suffers from the thing that Russell Westbrook suffered from when he was doing the triple-double average every year. You see it once and it's like, oh man, you know what I'm saying? But Patrick Peterson been doing his whole career, and then people it just becomes an afterthought. Like
everyone expects it, and they're just like, oh, that's normal.
Exactly. But he's on his way to the Hall of Fame. No question.
Oh yeah, no question.
Oh yeah. He could play 10 years and he could play 10 years and even be considered that way because he's just been such a good corner for so long. You're just like you said, you're so used to it.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, Frankie, we're gonna go down to you. Who you think is your 2 for NFC and 2 for AFC?
Okay, so the Browns don't have any tiebreaker winning record right now. They lost to the Raiders, who are in the hunt. They beat the Colts, so that's your tiebreaker right there. But the Ravens are still in the hunt, and we don't play Miami. So I don't see the Browns really getting a wild card spot. I mean, it's gonna be tough. We'd have to really, like you said, finish 12-4 probably to really get that wild card. That's crazy to say too, because you ain't gonna win the division.
You gotta win out. Yeah. You gotta win out. You gotta play every week like it's your last.
I definitely see it's gonna be either Miami or the Bills, whoever doesn't win that division. Because I think Miami's gonna catch the Bills sooner or later. The Bills are gonna slip up, and Miami playing too good a ball right now to not be. I would say either Miami or the Bills, one of them two for sure. And then Baltimore's been looking a lot of human lately. With the beginning of the year, I thought they were going to run away with Pittsburgh, but they lost to a couple teams here and there. Now they're starting to, you're like, a lot of people are starting to figure out how to guard Lamar a little bit better.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna do a bold one. I'm gonna say the Raiders, dude. I'm gonna say the Raiders are gonna make it too. The Raiders are becoming a good team. They really are. And David Carr really slinging the ball to a bunch of nobodies and Hunter Renfrow. So I'm just saying, Darren Waller. Yeah. What'd I say?
You said David Carr. It's Derek Carr.
Derek Carr. That's right. Yeah, David Carr. His brother sucked. He got sacked a lot. He got brain damage probably. David Carr. Oof. And then for the NFC.
Yep.
Probably whoever doesn't come out of the winning division of the West. So if it's Seattle or Arizona, I could see. And don't sleep on the Bears, even though their quarterback play is terrible. That's not a bad defense.
Offense.
Yeah, I mean, and they lost Montgomery, I do believe, right?
Yeah.
He's been injured. Maybe the Bears. but it could be the Rams too. I mean, also we left out. You could have been the Saints. I mean, the Panthers aren't up there, but between the loser of the Saints and the Bucks, whoever
Yeah.
loses that division, I mean,
But
but with the Saints,
I think they're going to get that number 5 spot. It's 7 spots. I mean, you
yeah,
get
Yeah,
3
that's why I
wild
didn't.
card players.
yeah.
I mean, but
So you're
but
already predetermining that they're going to get
yeah,
that spot.
that's
Okay,
what I did. Yeah,
I would think Arizona would get that before them. I think Arizona, if they don't win that division,
they
I
got a
think
chance.
Arizona's a good team. Like I said, I would hate to see them. I don't care who you are.
Okay, my AFC predictions. Last 2 wild card spots going to
Oh, here
go
we go.
to Baltimore and the Colts. I think from my bold predictions earlier, I said the Browns are going to go 12-4. I think the Steelers might go 13-3, so they're going to finish ahead. They're going to get that number 1 seed, but I think the Browns will get that 5th spot. I think the Ravens are, people still sleep on the Ravens because they say Lamar has downgraded this year, but they're still doing enough, and their defense is playing lights out right now. Number 3 defense in the league. So I think they're going to get that 6th spot, and number 7. I think the Colts got enough because I think Tennessee's going to win that division, but I think the Colts got enough to get that last, to be that last team in the AFC, and I'm gonna say this now: the Colts are dangerous. If they establish that 3-headed running back committee, and their offensive line is number 1 PFF in the NFL.
Oh, busting out the
So
stats, are we?
yeah, I mean the
Oh,
Colts got it. Their defense is playing lights out. Number 1 defense. Come on now. It's just they just got to put it all together. They got to figure out that running back room. It shouldn't be no big
Phillip
heads. I want
Rivers,
the ball more. And I was gonna get to that. Phillip Rivers has to stay
be
consistent. We
consistent.
don't need
Mm-hmm.
we don't need the Phillip Rivers 10 years ago. We need the Peyton Manning last year Denver Phillip Rivers. Managing the game. And I think NFC. I think the Rams are going to get that 6th spot because I think the whole NFC West is going to get in. And I'm going to say Minnesota, Dalvin Cook. I mean, their defense is starting to
That's not a
catch up. Their defense is starting to catch up from the terrible play the first half of the year. But I think their defense will step, with Anthony Harris and, their linebackers are starting to step
future
up,
Brown, future
But
Browns.
I hope. But I think it's going to be a damn good playoff this year with the extra team. I just think now given that I want one more. I got one more question. Who's your super? What's your Super Bowl and your Super Bowl winner? We're gonna have to do this real quick, but who do you think is going to be your two Super Bowl teams and your 1 Super Bowl winner? Frankie, go ahead.
It's gonna be Chiefs and Packers, and it's gonna be the Chiefs winning.
Okay. What about you, Elijah?
I honestly can see that. I mean, it's kind of a fantasy pick of mine because I want to see them running back. So I'm gonna go Packers, Steelers.
Hmm.
I want
The
to see.
rematch. It's a rematch
I
from
want
like
to
10
see.
years ago.
Yeah, and I want to see that great offense versus
Go
a
against that
really
defense.
great defense. It's going to be a good one. I think that would be a good one. But I like the Chiefs making it to because at the end of the day, what they did last year, I'm sure they could do it again.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes is that good, and their weapons is that good. They're another team that's kind of you expect what they're doing, so you don't really. It's not getting hyped up like it was last year, but
hmm
they still are a team you got to watch out for.
All
My
right.
my my reasoning behind that, by the way, was you can't count out Patrick Mahomes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
We neither of us picked him for MVP, but I would not be surprised if the man took home an MVP also
Yeah.
because
I
he a
agree.
bad man. He a bad man. That dude, he could drop 4 touchdowns before you can even get to halftime,
Yeah. For
and
real.
just I mean, and they make it look so easy. That offense is so effortless. It looks.
Yeah.
I mean, they could they could go. That could be another team that people worry about. Steelers can go undefeated, but if you don't play the Chiefs, you're nothing. You know,
Yeah.
that's what I'm thinking. If they run into them in the playoffs, Steelers are not going to want to see the Chiefs either.
Yeah.
That's
That offense is
that's
wild.
gonna be a great ass matchup right there. That could be the AFC
Title game.
championship.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
That'd be nice. But this is where I'm going. I'm going to Chiefs. I think they're gonna come out the AFC, but I think it's gonna be the highest scoring Super Bowl ever. I'm going Chiefs, and I'm going Kyler Murray and them Cardinals. I think I think Kyler Murray is going to take this team to the Super Bowl, and I think their defense is going to step it up a notch to take down Aaron Rodgers. Um, I think I think the Chiefs are going to go back to back, but I think it's going to be the highest scoring, and I think Patrick Mahomes is going to get the ball last, and I think he's going to take it down the field and win that Super Bowl. But can you imagine that matchup? I mean, if you don't like offense, or you like a defensive game, don't watch it because you're not going to like
Yeah, I mean, I can't think of anyone who actually enjoys watching football for a 6-3 game, though. I mean, I'm gonna be real.
it.
I can't say
That's
that
that.
at all.
It's the '85 Bears type fan right there.
Yeah, except the Bears put up 50 something on the freaking Patriots that game and embarrassed them and started running them over with their D tackle. I'm just saying, refrigerator Perry, let's go.
But it's
I
been a
I was
go
gonna say
ahead.
I like that pick actually. I think that, I would say like, oh, the Packers are gonna have a hard time because they got to play the Bucks or they got to play the Saints. Well, Drew Brees got injured
Yeah,
and the Bucks
Yeah.
got throttled. So by Drew Brees. So, and I do like the Arizona pick. I think that's an underrated pick actually because if they start getting hot at the right time, like you
yeah.
said, that could be a bad team to run into.
Yes, absolutely.
And I don't think the Seahawks are overrated, but I don't think when it's playoff time, I don't think that defense is gonna be able to
Yeah.
handle the business.
Mm-hmm.
Russell Wilson can't do it by himself.
No.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been a good session. We'll see you again next week, hopefully with Shaq. Thank you, Frankie. Thank you, Elijah. It's been a good time. Killian Hayes is gonna
Oh
be the
no.
MVP of the NBA next year.
Cut
Shout
him
out
off
to
now.
Killian Hayes.
Cut out
Shout
this
out to
motherfucker now.
France, Bonjour. NBA draft this Thursday. Check in.